Welcome, everybody, to a brand new episode of the Hot Bike here on the John Rocha channel. I am John Rocha, joined as always by the insider himself, Jeff Sneider. How are you, Jeff?
Hello, Johnny boy.
What's going on? Some new glasses. Where'd you get those at, my man?
I found them on the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You should pick up other people's glasses.
It seems safe.
Okay. All right. Fine. How are you, Jeff? How are things this week? What's going on? You've been writing a lot in the newsletter this week. What's going down on your end of things, man?
I got one coming tonight because
okay.
I've been busy this week with obligations elsewhere. Out at a wild party I'll tell you about after this podcast, Johnny.
Okay.
But yeah, last night was one of those Hollywood nights that they tell you about, you know? makes it all worth it. All the traffic and the paying God knows how much for a cup of coffee. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, we're knee deep into Oscar season, so it's like constantly watching movies now. This whole month is constantly watching movies.
As movies should be watched, right? Where we were just constantly shoving them in, cramming them into every free hour that we have.
Yeah, it's basically how you can sit back and relax and enjoy them. I know. It's always the battle now as I get older. Like, I need to watch a movie when I'm in the mood to watch a movie so I can give it my full attention. If I'm forcing myself to watch the movie, I'm not going to be able, I think, to really grasp what the movie is trying to show me. So I always have to walk that line, you know? So, but I did see Marty Supreme last night, which we're not allowed to review until December 1st. And then what else did I say? When I've seen Wicked for Good twice, I saw Train Dreams, and I'm going to watch Sentimental Value and Rental Family.
Did you like a Train Dreams, Johnny? Did you think it was beautiful?
I did. I thought it was fantastic. I think it was the greatest. Wait, hold on. It was the most Terrence Malick film that we've seen in a long time from Terrence Malick. So I thought it had that Terrence Malick energy to it. I liked that we just kind of went on with Joel Edgerton where he was going and following his life and his story and the things that happened are like tragic, but it's a really strong commentary on how to move on past loss, how to embrace life, how to appreciate life before it's too late. So I kind of enjoyed the movie for what it was. It's not a groundbreaking movie. It's not a jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring movie, but it was a nice movie to watch. I really enjoyed it. What about you?
If a girl had, I like movies with Terrence Malick energy in them in her dating profile, I would swipe left. That is not my vibe.
How dare you? How dare you? I love Malick. Anyway, so much going on.
Did you see Hamnet? I
did see Hamnet.
And you liked Hamnet, didn't you?
Loved it. You know me, Jeff. That's my movie. That's my kind of movie. You know, I loved it. But I don't understand the Paul Mescal talk. I think he was good in the film, but that's all fucking Jessie Buckley. That movie is Jessie Buckley to a T, and I think she's the shoe-in to win it. Just like I think Chalamet's the shoe-in to win Best Actor after watching Marty Supreme. So to me, both of those things are in motion in my head. And I liked him. I'm a big Shakespeare guy, so for me, it scratched that itch, especially the last 35 minutes of the movie. So, I thought it was really well acted. But I wish we could talk about Marty Supreme, dude. That was such an experience. Anyway, I know we can't talk about it.
We still haven't seen a gentleman by the name of Samuel Worthington
in Avatar.
Jake Sully in Avatar: Fire and Ash. And until I see that performance, I can't say anything about this.
Cut it out. I do like this, though. So, some people were commenting on, the Vanity Fair Hollywood issue came out this week, and it's all those young actors, and people are like, where's Chalamet? How come Chalamet is not here? Let me tell you something, and I'm going to piss some of you off.
I know what this is.
Chalamet doesn't belong in that water anymore.
He's way above all those guys.
Chalamet's up here, y'all. He ain't dancing around with Austin Butler, even Michael B. Jordan. Chalamet's up here, y'all. That's why he doesn't need no Vanity Fair Hollywood issue, for God's sake.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole, Vanity Fair is, listen, I applied to Vanity Fair earlier this week. Vanity Fair is an issue, is a publication in need of some help.
Okay.
You can't be having Otessa Mosh, who's a brilliant author.
Yeah.
She's not going to write the best Hollywood piece. She doesn't know what's going on in Hollywood outside of her own adaptations.
Right.
Like, come on. Like, have a real journalist, a real entertainment journalist, write your fucking Hollywood issue.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
I mean, what is Lakeith doing in this photo?
I know. I don't.
What is Andrew Garfield doing in this photo?
Yeah. Andrew's already achieved like
much older than all these guys.
Yeah, exactly. What is he doing dancing around? Maybe because he hasn't been doing much outside of the most recent Spider-Man thing that people are like, because I mean, After the Hunt, I guess, is current, but it didn't do well. So still, Andrew's already moved past this need for this young Hollywood issue. I agree with you. He had no business being in that thing.
Yeah.
So
where's David Johnson?
Right. Good point. Good point, David Johnson. I half expected what's his face from House of Dynamite to get in there. Anthony Ramos one more time. Put me on there one more time. I have expected that for sure. No Damson Idris as well, or Jacob Elordi. Yeah. But probably those guys are like, yeah, we don't need to do that shit.
We don't, but it's also not supposed to be like these are the guys, and if you're not in this photo, you're nothing. Like,
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, that's true.
People read into that stuff a little too much.
Yeah, because I rewatched his speech when Chalamet won at the SAG Awards for, was it the Bob Dylan film? Listen, I admire somebody who says, I want to be one of the fucking greats. And I want you to talk about me like you talk about the greats. And that energy is pulsating throughout Marty Supreme. And I love that. Like, for whatever reason, he has the right combo that when he says stuff like that, I go, I'm on board with this motherfucker. Like, I'm going to ride or die with this motherfucker all the way to the end, So I'm a big fan of Chalamet now. He's won me over big time with how he's come on recently. So.
I've always liked young Timmy and the choices that he makes and how he carries himself. And he's going all out. And he has to go all out because, newsflash, this movie's not tracking that well.
No surprise.
Yeah, sorry, guys. It's cool that Abel Ferrara is in the movie and Fran Drescher and all these.
Sandra Bernhardt.
At the end of the day, this movie needs all the help it can get. Trust me.
I gotta say this carefully. I love a good Jewish movie, and this is a good Jewish movie, and so I enjoy. I love the culture. I love getting lost in it. I love the characters that are involved in movies like this, and so I enjoy it for that. And I think Odessa Ezion, we are going to be hearing a lot from her going forward. She was fucking dynamite in the movie as well.
Meanwhile, this whole movie, he's just, I'm Marty Supreme. I'm the greatest.
Yeah.
I go on Twitter and I say that, and it's, look at Jeff Sneider. He's a fucking asshole with a narcissist complex. So it's like, we love characters like this on the big screen, but when you encounter one in real life, you don't even know that there's a star in front of your fucking eyes. So.
That's a fair point. That's an absolute fair point, Jeff, for sure. All right, let's get into the stories here. We just want to remind you all the Stramlabs super chats are open. Send in your love, send in your questions, thoughts, and comments. Let's have a good show today. Let's have a lot of fun today as well. And let's get into it first, Jeff. Let's talk about this because this broke just as we were coming on the air. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is happening. There's some changes going on the adaptation side of things. Paramount has announced that Neil H. Moritz, the veteran producer behind the Fast and the Furious, is in negotiations to take on the job of restarting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a live-action film franchise for Paramount Pictures. Toby Asher, who works with Moritz at original films, will also act as a producer. And this comes on the heels, of course, the announcement that you reported on in your newsletter, Jeff, that the Out of the Shadows bombed at the box office, stopping the film franchise in its tracks. And I was talking about the Mutant Mayhem, the Ninja Turtles, that is being done as well.
They're making a Mutant Mayhem sequel.
Yeah, the Mayhem sequel is happening, but the animated show that was on, they canceled that animated show. You reported that in your newsletter, and they also canceled The Last Ronin, which is what they were working on as well. So what are your thoughts on this? It seems like they're moving away. They want to move away from this animated stuff or this more kind of approach, and they want to go much more live action, even mentioning Sonic in the write-up, that kind of energy. So what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, this is the smart play, right? Like they were doing, it's really The Last Ronin that
yes.
They basically, like, we're canceling this gritty R-rated movie. Like, we don't want the first live action Turtles movie in the last decade to be an R-rated movie for adults. Like, we got to get kids excited about this brand again and this IP, which we own outright.
Yes.
And that's why we want to do basically like copy our most successful franchise right now, which is Sonic.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's bring in the producer of Sonic to just make us Sonic movies, but with Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
It's the right way to go. Last Ronin was always a risk.
Yeah.
And a gamble, and I think it might have paid off. I mean, shit, that could have been their Deadpool.
Yeah, 100%.
In a way.
Yeah.
Maybe not, quite as successful as Deadpool, but even if it was half as successful as Deadpool, would be a huge win. Right. And I am glad that THR or whoever, I think it was THR that broke the story, said that like that project could always come back.
Yes.
Like down the line. It's just not going to be the first thing that Paramount, like the new Paramount, does with the Turtles brand. So I think it's a smart call. I think Neil Moritz is the right guy to entrust this brand to. Big fan of Toby Asher as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It seems like this is something that they, there's not a lot of IP at Paramount. So I think the way Ellison has come in and looked at everything and the decisions they've been making are really interesting. When you look at what they've done here now, like we cancel that Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated show. We are going to do that sequel to Mayhem. It's coming out in September of 2027. And we're going to put Last Ronin on the shelf for now. We might come back to it. But we want to establish the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because people have still a reverence and nostalgia with a live action version of them, especially those original ones from the 90s. Maybe not so much the Michael Bay ones, but certainly the 1990 ones. And so they want to see what they can create here, what they can make here. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's slightly, although it's supposed to appeal to young kids, it might also have a little appeal to the 20-year-olds as well, that they really want to get involved in following this film series. So yeah, it makes all the sense in the world, man. Now you go, who do you cast, Jeff? Who do you cast for these?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Is it going to be? I imagine it's going to be like it's not like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Whose voices do you cast? Are you trolling the Vanity Fair Hollywood issue?
I don't think it matters really.
Oh, really?
Like,
okay.
Yeah, like aren't two of the turtles weren't they like voiced by like Brady Noon? The kid from the Mighty Ducks series. Yeah.
Yeah, you're Corey Feldman doing the voice.
Didn't Alan Ritchson do one of them?
Well, you mean in the Michael Bay one? I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't think the voices matter.
Okay. I'm going to disagree with you, but we'll see, because you're trying to revive this franchise and you want to get some excitement, some juice behind it. And I think they're going to want to find voices that are recognizable. I mean, because when they did in the 90s, they cast Corey Feldman, who had been recognizable in the 80s as one of the voices. So just kind of throwing it out there.
Well, like, what are you going to do? Pay Pedro Pascal $20 million so you can be like Pedro Pascal's fucking Leonardo? Like,
first of all, Pedro Pascal is about 30 years too old to play any of the Turtles. I think you're looking at kind of up and comers. Sabrina Carpenter, not just going to voice it, but like someone like Sabrina Carpenter on the male side of things, someone who's kind of up and coming, someone make the jump. We've seen ASAP Rocky make the jump in Highest to Lowest, right? And so Tyler, the Creator, was all over.
Master Splinter matters. The casting of April O'Neil matters. That stuff matters a little bit more than the voices of the Turtles.
Yeah.
Who would you like to see be Master Splinter?
Oof. Like live,
or voice him, I guess.
Voice him. It would have to voice him. I mean, Watanabe is what comes to mind when you think of an Asian voice who's strong and has a presence and an energy and could have the accent while also doling out the Eastern wisdom, rather that.
Does it need to be an Asian actor?
I think so. It has to be. I believe so. Okay. But I don't know. All bets are off with Paramount. I mean, all bets are off recently. I mean, we got a Jesus animated series coming from Fox News with Kristen Bell voicing Mary Magdalene. Get the fuck out of here. So, Hiroyuki Sanada. No, I mean, Sanada's doing Mortal Kombat. I don't think you want to move him over. Like, you don't want to turn him into
do both. What does it matter?
I just don't think it's maybe the best move. So we will see for sure. They're going to cast Zendaya and Pedro Pascal and Jack Black. Right. The other thing,
Jack Black would make a great Michelangelo.
Oh, as one of the Turtles? Yeah, sure. Michelangelo, of course.
Yeah.
The other thing we should talk about is Paramount-wise related and IP related is that Star Trek has found its new shepherds of the IP, of the brand here. Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daley, you see on the screen there, have been tasked to write and direct a new original Star Trek film for Paramount. This dropped maybe a day or two after Jeff and I did Hot Mike last week. The plot details are being kept under wraps for now, but Deadline sources suggest the film is, quote, a completely new take on the Star Trek universe and not connected to any previous TV series or movie. Remember these guys, Goldstein and Daley, did Game Night back in 2018. Recently did Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves. And they have the Cold War action comedy Mayday coming with starring Ryan Reynolds, which apparently is tested through the roof, Jeff. So do you like this choice? Do you like these guys? Does it make sense to go this route for Star Trek?
Yeah, this is a great hire. I was very excited about this one. I didn't see, or maybe I watched half of Dungeons and Dragons Honor. It wasn't for me. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons guy. I'm not a big fantasy guy. Okay. But by all accounts, it was like well liked and reviewed.
Yeah, it didn't do well at the box, or as well as they wanted.
It didn't do well, but they weren't held responsible, right? Clearly, like they got.
Yeah,
right, exactly, because people liked it. So they got a pass. I've heard great things about Mayday, the movie that they made with Ryan Reynolds and Kenneth Branagh. And honestly, that may be the movie that matters because, Dungeons and Dragons was Paramount.
Right.
That was like a different regime. Like they made Mayday with this regime, with Skydance, which produced that movie for Apple. Right. So clearly they impressed those guys. They've been on the precipice of these kinds of jobs for a while. Mm-hmm. I think that they've earned this, over their rise over the last decade. They've showed that they can reinvent IP with what they did with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think that this is an exciting choice. I think that they absolutely had to move away from the Chris Pine movies for sure.
Yeah.
And even though, I know that they're saying that there's going to be like original characters and it's not tied. I mean, that may be the case, but I still have a hard time believing you're going to make this without using Kirk or Spock.
Oh,
is that the way you interpreted it?
No, I interpreted more that they weren't going to bring anybody back from the old days and that they were going to write new adventures for
not all new characters.
No, I don't think I just don't think it'll be an all new characters. No.
Okay, then maybe I just misinterpreted the announcement. Because that's what concerned me. I do think that you should bring back guys like Kirk and Spock. That's what we want to see.
It just says completely new take on the Star Trek universe, not connected to any previous.
Well, that's what I mean. Like when you could read that as a new take. So
totally. I see how you could see it that way for sure, and you might be right. By the way, we don't. Neither of us knows since we don't have access to Goldstein or Daley in terms of a conversation. But it's when they said brand new take on the Star Trek universe, not connected to any previous TV series or movie. It sounds to me like they were going to bring back the characters, but create whole new adventures, a whole new approach, kind of like JJ did with the Kelvin timeline. They're going to do their own thing with it, and this will be like the new Star Trek now going forward. The question becomes is what I asked you the other day. Like they've got Starfleet Academy that's about to drop, and it seems lame duck now. And there was rumors that they might even announce season 2. Why would you even have that show if you know that's not the direction your Star Trek is going to go in now? Because
it was too far down the line, right? And it's already been produced. This stuff's in the can. Let's just put it out there, and and then reboot it from there.
Because my assumption is that Daley and Goldstein will essentially become like the Dan Trachtenberg of Star Trek. Like everything will run through them, or Gunn through DC. Everything will run through them. That's what it feels like to me. These guys want to make.
I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily say that. I think that you don't need to be so united as far as film and television. I do think that there can be a distinction that you could still have Terry Matalas or whoever the fuck is it? Kurtzman or Alex.
Terry Matalas did Picard. Kurtzman did Discovery and the other one. Yeah.
Okay. I think you could have Kurtzman continue to make TV shows for Paramount Plus without having to involve Goldstein and Daley. I think that their focus should just be on the big screen.
Yeah, because we still have 2 more seasons of Star Trek Strange New Worlds coming that have been shot. At least one of them I think has been shot or halfway through shot. So
obviously Paramount is making moves.
Yeah.
Yet it's still been quiet on the Top Gun front, right?
Yeah.
We have no idea what the future of Mission Impossible looks like, if there is a future.
Right.
So it's like if you're Skydance and you're trying to stay in business with Tom Cruise, which is what David told me personally to Paramount. Do you try to slip him into another franchise? Do you try to put Tom Cruise in Star Trek?
I got to be honest with you. I'd be really shocked to see that. I just think Tom is Tom is here. I think Star Trek, even though he stumbled with Mission Impossible, I still think Tom is here and Star Trek's kind of here. I don't know that Tom coming in. I just don't think that.
It's not about the level of the franchise, okay? Like Jurassic is a triple A-list franchise. I don't really want to see Tom Cruise and dinosaurs.
Okay.
I don't really want to see Tom Cruise do Marvel or Star Wars, but I could actually see Tom Cruise doing Star Trek.
Like what? Like the captain of a ship or an admiral?
Yeah.
Oof.
I could see him having a crew, being in charge.
Okay.
I mean, I know you want somebody young in that position, but
right. Okay.
Even if he just signed on for one movie and like died at, surprisingly died at the end or whatever, and passed the torch to a young guy.
Earn this. Tom Cruise doesn't die on screen, man.
What if he died at the beginning?
Just a little quick, kind of like Chris Hemsworth did at the beginning of that 2009 Star Trek. Yeah, very possible. Cruise would be a great captain, of course. I just don't know that he would do it. I just don't know.
Who have Goldstein and Daley worked with that
Jason Bateman, Ryan Reynolds, which I really doubt he would be a part of it. Let's see. What about game night? Is what Jesse Plemons? Could you see Jesse Plemons? I could see Rachel McAdams be in Star Trek as like the female captain. I could totally see that.
Yeah.
They work with Kyle Chandler.
Kyle Chandler just did Lanterns, though. He was the first one I thought of.
Yeah.
Because he to me fits Star Trek, but he just did Lanterns, so I don't know about that.
What about Billy Magnuson?
I really like him.
Yeah. I mean,
anyway,
what is Regé-Jean Page doing right now, bro? That could be an interesting choice.
Good question.
He's a dashing guy. There have been all this like hype and hoopla over him coming out of Bridgerton, and it's kind of dried up. Dungeons and Dragons didn't do well. Black Bag didn't do well. The Gray Man didn't hit. So, like, he's got 2 upcoming projects, but You, Me, and Tuscany, which got 6 million views, and an untitled Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid series, which is a weird choice. So I think if I'm Daley and Goldstein, I'm looking at Regé-Jean Page and be like, hey, you want to come be the captain on a starship?
I don't see him being the right fit, but fair enough. Okay. I think you need someone who, like, if you're going to hire those guys, there has to be a little bit of comedy to it, I think.
Yeah.
And
ironically,
I don't get comedy vibes from Regé-Jean Page.
You didn't see? Did you see his sequence in Dungeons and Dragons?
No,
it was funny. He was funny in that. I mean, ironically, they work with Chris Pine at Dungeons and Dragons, but you can't bring him back. So.
No.
I don't know. I mean, you're not doing Ed Helms, so anyway.
Okay, what's next on the rundown?
I was just looking at things. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to this one, man. Some people have been clamoring in the chat for this, so let's get into it, man. It is interesting interesting story broke earlier this week. Jeff, you talked about it in your newsletter. This was reported by Angelique Jackson, one of my favorite people in the business, over at Variety. She says that Christian Bale is being eyed for a role in Michael Mann's Heat 2, according to a source with knowledge of the production. Remember, Bale had starred in Michael Mann's Public Enemies, which really starred Johnny Depp. But yes, he starred as the guy trying to hunt him down. If the deal's closed soon, the reunion could see the Oscar winner starring alongside Leonardo DiCaprio, who's also been eyed for a starring role. Now, this is a fascinating situation, Jeff, because they're trying to do this a little bit on the cheap, yet here we go with Christian Bale and possibly Leonardo DiCaprio to be a part of this. Who the hell, do you believe this report, first of all? And second, who the hell is Christian Bale playing, man?
I mean, so again, that story broke, and within 5 minutes of that story breaking, I got a text from a good source.
Okay.
And the source said that he was playing Big Chris. He was playing older Chris.
Oh, wow. So not DiCaprio playing older Chris. It would be Bale playing older Chris.
That is what this source said.
Ooh, interesting.
So, right.
Okay.
So I tweeted that, and it went viral or whatever. Then I called another source that evening to be like, so are you hearing that he's older Chris as well? And he's like, no, I'm hearing that DiCaprio is still older Chris, and that Bale would be Otis Wardell, the bad guy.
Oh. of the book.
Then I went back to the first source and I said, "Hey, the second source is saying they're still hearing Leo is Chris," and the first source is like, "I heard it's Bale, but I'd also heard that if it is Bale, that Driver would be out, Neil." And so maybe they came to a compromise where, in order to keep Driver, Bale would play a different character. Now, I don't know why such a compromise is needed.
Yeah.
And that second source, by the way, also indicated that there was some sort of hitch involved, and like why it wasn't so simple, why they couldn't just say this person's playing this person.
Right.
There was some like politically motivated hitch in things. So I do think it's about chemistry and certain guys playing off of certain guys well. And I mean, DiCaprio is someone with a history of changing roles. He did it for Killers of the Flower Moon. He was supposed to play Lemon's role. So I just think that is sort of what's going on behind the scenes. It's also like it's money, of course.
Yeah.
It's like all these salaries. It's like assembling a fantasy football team, right? If DiCaprio's 25 and Bale's 20 and Driver's 15, can you afford to hire the Austin Butler, or do you
still got to shoot the movie? You got to have money left over to shoot the movie,
and also scheduling.
Yeah, scheduling, right?
All these guys are super, or most of them are like super busy.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, we're going to hold for this guy, but that means we're going to lose this guy. So it's just like making a puzzle. So it's putting a puzzle together. I'd heard though that if Bale was Chris, that DiCaprio would be Vincent.
Ooh.
And to me, it's tough for me to see. To me, Bale would make a better Vincent.
Agreed.
But they're both 6 feet tall and 51 years old, I believe. Right. Bale and DiCaprio are like the same person.
Right.
And Pacino's six inches shorter.
Yes. He's a short guy.
It is weird to me to think of DiCaprio taking on Pacino's role, but I mean, Ethan Hawke's doing it right now in Blue Moon, where he's playing somebody who's 6 inches shorter than he is.
Yeah. Well, we saw it with Face Off, right? Nicolas Cage and
so who knows?
It's interesting. I mean, if I give you Adam Driver, Austin Butler, Christian Bale, DiCaprio, are all four in the movie?
Say that list again.
Austin Butler, Adam Driver, Leonardo DiCaprio, Christian Bale. Are all four of them in the movie?
I think so.
Wow. I mean, that's how you see De Niro, Pacino, and you raise it, is you bring these four guys in who are...
okay, let me just stop you right there. You don't raise anything. There's no raising.
For God's sakes, cut it out.
De Niro and Pacino, you think that can be raised?
Yes, I think it can be raised.
That's crazy. No, those are the two greatest actors of all time.
Oh, sure. All right, fine. If you want to, that's fine if you feel that way. I just think these guys are from they're like the students of De Niro and Pacino. And I think there's a kind of a spiritual passing of the torch if you cast all four of these guys in this movie. So they would honor the legacy of those two dudes from Heat, which is coming up on its 30th anniversary, by the way, in December. But yeah, I mean, I like this idea. I like, I mean, the DiCaprio one excited me. The Bale one really excited me because that dude radiates that kind of Heat energy. So whatever he decides to do, whatever role he's playing, he's going to bring the right kind of like electric prickly energy that you need to be a part of the Heat franchise. So,
Bale also does not fit the description for Otis Wardell in the book, where he's described as like this big hulking dude. And right now Bale is coming off of Al Davis in Madden.
Yeah.
Kind of like thin, I think. And of course there's no one in the business better than beefing up, slimming down than Christian Bale.
Yeah.
But I had a hard time picturing him. I mean, even though he'd make a great psychopath and you know, everything like that, I just had a hard time picturing him in that role. And I do think that there's something to how adamant my source was that he heard Bale for Chris. So I don't know if something has changed. Amazon did not comment on anything.
Right.
And it's like, and it's like if I'm so obviously wrong, you'd think they would have just be like, hey, he's not playing who you think he's playing.
Well, maybe they just want to let it dance in the wind because nothing's been locked down.
Right.
And like you said, maybe they are rearranging pieces on the board like DiCaprio maybe says, okay, if I'm going to play a smaller role, okay, you can pay me less or whatever. Like maybe there's that kind of moving around. And I don't think something that I was considering was reading this was kind of diving into the story myself over the last couple of days. Like, do we think this is going to be a straight adaptation of the book? I feel like it doesn't have to be. I feel like
I agree with you, John. I agree with you on this.
There's elements that you can borrow from the book, but you don't have to do the book. You know, like I see people now trying to defend some of the negative reviews for Wicked for Good, going like, well, the musical's that way. That's an effing cop-out. Bibbiani wrote that in his review on The Wrap, which I love. He said, no, the movie tried to fix the scenes that are bad in the musical and still couldn't do it. So now that's on the movie. You don't get to use the musical as an excuse for why the movie isn't good. That's horseshit. And the same thing here. Like, they don't have to adapt it line by line, scene by scene. They can make their own version of the book. And I think
he knows that the reviews were fairly middling
for Heat 2 for the book. Yeah.
As much as like we loved hearing more about that story and those characters, that was like, once the novelty wore off, it was kind of like, this isn't quite as good as I thought it would be. Maybe he takes that to heart and under consideration, or includes things in the movie that weren't in the book, that maybe Meg didn't want in there. I mean, he had a co-writer.
Yeah.
And obviously he's the one calling the shots, but
exactly. Yeah.
I agree that the movie doesn't have to be a straight adaptation of the book.
Yeah. In fact, I'd prefer it if it wasn't, as you said, because of the middling reviews to the book.
And it's like, why can't they de-age these guys?
Who? Pacino and De Niro?
Pacino? Like, is it that?
Yes.
Is it that bad?
Come on, man. You saw The Irishman. You saw De Niro being de-aged and trying to be, because the problem is de-aging the face isn't the problem. It's the body that's the problem. The body that moves like an 80-year-old isn't going to move like a 40 or 50-year-old, man. So that's what the problem with de-aging always, and so like there's de-aging and Wicked for Good. I'm not going to spoil anything. There's de-aging and it's horrible because they grafted the person's face onto a younger person's body. And you're like, this is terrible. So I can't imagine them doing it here. So yeah. What about the women? Is there anyone that, like, any actress in your mind, because you've read the book, that leaps to mind that can go toe to toe with these four guys that could be interesting?
I haven't heard any names other than the ones that people are obviously fan casting,
right?
Because there's not that many Latina actresses or whatever,
right.
And it's a Latina female lead, from what I know. Again, I should go back and read the book to get a better my head around everything now that it's casting up.
Right.
But the idea of Bale and DiCaprio is pretty exciting because they are almost two halves of the same coin.
Yeah.
Bale was the kid who at 10 or 12 or whatever is fucking singing and dancing in Newsies. And DiCaprio was doing that's not what DiCaprio was doing, right? He's doing This Boy's Life. And
right.
So they came up at the exact same time together, but did opposite things.
Yeah. But I would say Bale is a more natural villain than DiCaprio is. Even though DiCaprio was great in Django, I think Bale is the more natural villain. So I could see him being the villain of the piece, but we'll see. We'll see for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's get into the big story, Jeff. We're half an hour in. We've got almost 600 people joining us right now. And if you're joining us, send in your Streamlabs and Super Chats. We would appreciate it. Jeff has a newsletter. Subscribe there at theinsnyder.com to his newsletter and subscribe to my channel down below as well. Let us know what you think about all the things we've talked about so far, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Star Trek, and Heat 2, because it's time to jump into the big one. Let's talk about this, Jeff. It is happening. Today was the day for official bids to come in for Warner Brothers Discovery. Paramount, Comcast, and Netflix are all said to have submitted bids here, with deal insiders predicting that a winning offer will likely fall far short of the $30 a share that CEO David Zaslav said he wanted for the media conglomerate. Paramount Skydance is offering a nearly all-cash offer, 80% of its bid, no leakage and regulatory certainty. This is according to the Wall Street Journal. They're selling the WD board that by going with them, they have a bird in hand and vast uncertainty with the others. Zaslav is expected to hold 2, maybe 3 rounds of bidding here to push the price up to above the $23.50 share that Paramount Skydance has already offered for the entire company. And Paramount is going to apparently enhance its bid to around $25 a share. But people inside the company are advised that they don't have to engage in a costly bidding war that takes the final price much above $27 a share. And of course, Jeff, the Trump stuff is an element of this with Paramount making the bid with Ellison and the Ellisons and all of that. And Comcast being part of MSNBC, MSM, and now, so that might be an issue to approve it. Might take a couple years. There's a lot of things dancing around. And then there was the story that Ellison went to Saudi Arabia and has looped in 3 different people with Middle Eastern ties there to make the bid here. So what are your thoughts on all this? What's the truth? Where's this all going to land? What are you feeling about all of it?
All I know is, just like I've said all along,
yeah,
you cannot believe, like, all this stuff that you're reading in all of a sudden, the New York Post, Bloomberg,
yes,
the Wall Street Journal. This is all just being fed by either Warner Brothers, right? Or these other bidders who are just narking on each other.
Right.
It is all this huge fucking game of spin. Just like weeks ago when it was Ellison and Paramount are the only bidder. No one else is interested.
Right.
Now we got 3 people interested. There's such a divide between financial reporters and then like just a regular entertainment reporter, I feel like, right? Like, I know that they're looking at it a certain way where it's like, well, Paramount's the only one who wants everything.
Yeah.
Right. And so this is, of course, it's going to be them. And they also have the easiest regulatory path.
Right.
But like, just because they have the easiest path doesn't mean that the other people's paths are impossible. Right.
No, true. Very true.
You know, like, there's nothing more Trump loves than like making deals and like getting these fucking guys in their debt or in debt to him.
Especially people, you could argue, especially people who are against him. He loves to make them crawl. So what better revenge would he have than to make Comcast crawl for 2 years and give all these concessions to get what they want, which is WBD, right?
And that's the whole, like, the Comcast is going to have to wait 2 years. Thing. Okay, well, let's make it 3 years, and then he's out of office, and you don't have to worry about this.
He's a lame duck president anyway. Yeah, that's a fair point.
I just think if like Warner Brothers was in such a rush to sell, like they would have sold already. Like Jamie put it in an interesting way. I don't know. They're not behaving like a company that is actually looking to sell. To me.
Okay, how would you describe their behavior if, let's say, they were a woman who was looking to, like, are they really available or are they not available? Do they just like the attention? It could be a man, either way, however you want to. I'm not trying to be sexist here. I'm just asking because we're both straight males. This is kind of an analogy we can use. Like, if like you, me, and like Jamie, you say we're going after the same woman, regardless of our current relationships, like, how would you behave the way Warner Brothers is acting in like a female construct? And be careful.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a second. This is like walking through a fucking minefield.
I'm not saying anything negative about women. I'm saying how, like, if we were pursuing her, let's say we're Comcast, Comcast, Paramount, and Netflix, how do we think WB's? You say they're not behaving like someone that wants to sell. How are they behaving?
I mean, Warner Brothers is holding out for, like, you know, their dream man, essentially.
Right.
Like they put their stuff on the block, and lots of people have come by and been like, "Hey, baby, come home with me tonight." And they're like, "No, we're gonna wait. We're gonna keep waiting." I mean, it's like clearly the offers right now are not worth it to them.
Would you say that they're a woman who knows what they want and they're not going to settle for anything less? And so far, these 3 suitors haven't stepped up to the plate in a way that satisfies them. Is that a fair description?
I mean, yes, because Paramount is not offering the money that Warner Brothers wants.
Right.
We don't know what Universal or Netflix have offered. We just know that whatever they offer, it's going to be tougher to put the deal through.
Yes.
But we know that Paramount's offer is coming up short because they've been rebuffed 3 different times.
Yes.
I I mean, to me, it makes sense to wait until April for the split to happen, and then sell the stuff off a la carte.
Right.
I think you're going to get more money like that. It's just, then you may be dealing with multiple buyers and like, everything. Paramount just is like a shortened timeline.
Yeah.
Right. They're like, we'll just take everything right now. Like,
right.
But they're lowballing them, and Warner Brothers knows that.
Right.
So that's how I feel about the whole thing.
Is that why you think all these stories are coming out? Are they pumping out these stories of like $81 billion and went to Saudi Arabia and got the money? And
everybody's going to Saudi Arabia for everything these days, right? Now that Trump is the president, it's like, well, yeah, like nobody cares. It's just, okay, we're going to go to Saudi. That's where we're going to get our money. And we're not going to make any apologies for it. We don't care if this guy chopped up a journalist.
Yeah, clearly, sadly.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
madness.
Yeah, basically, it's just these corporations are ready to take what money they can get out of those public investment funds.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw in the breakdown, you mentioned the New York Post, they were mentioning on the streaming side of things, Warner's $128 million global subscribers wouldn't actually do much for Netflix because they estimate that 94% of subscribers who subscribe to HBO Max also subscribe to Netflix.
There's a lot of overlap, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a bit of a negative for now. Like, what does Netflix get out of taking the TV side of things and the streaming side of things? As you said, this may just all be initial posturing for like months down the road.
Netflix is the worst partner, I think. I don't think Netflix really makes a ton of sense.
Okay.
There's personally. Even though they're like, yeah, we're still gonna release your movies in theaters.
Yeah, they announced that earlier today, I think, or yesterday.
Yeah, it's like, they can say whatever they want, right? They don't have to ultimately do it at the end of the day. They can only put like 5 or 6 titles in there, right? And the rest just become Netflix originals. I mean, that is ultimately why you would buy it. You'd want your hands on Warner Brothers library so that you can exploit it on your platform, not so you can just keep making movies for theaters.
Right.
Especially if that's not your business model. So I don't really understand the Netflix of it all. To me, Comcast has been looking to buy something for like the last 4 or 5, 6 years, right? That's been all the rumors. And I think if they can just wait for the split, they'll make a play for the studios and streamers and all that kind of stuff. I know, like, there's the whole news question of it all, and like that's really, it seems to be weighing heavily on like other pundits and industry observers, right? Like, it's all about the news, and like Trump wants to control the news and control our thoughts, and like attack the liberal base of CNN, and I don't know. I'm just like, news is so like, is that really moving the bottom line here? Like, yeah, news is important, but like, it can't possibly matter when we're talking about movie studios.
No, I think it's two separate things. I mean, the movie studios are one thing because of IP and the ability to make money and all of that. That's understandable. I think the news side of things, I think that's always a loss leader. So I do think it's about controlling the narrative. I mean, we see what the nonsense that Bari Weiss is pulling over there at CBS to try to change the approach of CBS to make it much more right-leaning, very obviously much more right-leaning. And so you go, okay, well, what do they also want to control CNN now and kind of cut the knees out from CNN? And maybe an element of Comcast, like, well, we should get CNN so we can keep it along with MS Now, keep it in a certain point of view in how they want to approach things. So I can see the news thing be much more about, well, we want to use that to control the narrative of the people who watch this stuff, but we know we're going to take it at a loss. It's just factored into the overall equation. I could see that happening. I don't think the motivation is like, we got to get our hands on the news. I agree with you on that element, but I do think it's much more about they want to get their hands on it so they can control the narrative, and they'll take the loss because they want to have as much control of what's being pumped out there as possible. So,
yes.
I don't discount that as an element of it.
But yeah, I just think all this official, like, with all the publications being like Paramount is taking Saudi money, and then Paramount comes out and says, no, we're not. We categorically deny that.
Yeah. They said categorically
inaccurate. Okay, that's a lie. Like, so you can't believe half this stuff. And that's what I've been trying to say for years in a whole bunch of other situations that don't have to do with anything nearly as important as the fate of a studio and billions of dollars. I'm just saying, like, these people have no incentive to tell the truth, and they don't.
Yeah, no, because it's all business. And in business, telling the truth isn't really what usually wins the game when you're playing like this. It's all about posturing. It's all about using the sources you have to pump out certain things to kind of affect the narrative and then find a way to slide in and lock down the deal, And so it's a dirty game when you get to be that. When you're at that level of business, it's a dirty, dirty fucking game, and so many of us wouldn't be able to grasp how dirty the game gets when you get up there for sure. So
yeah, everyone's just like, oh, the linear networks, linear's dying. Okay, well, in the meantime, linear makes a fuck ton of money.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know, man.
But do you think at the end of the day, there's going to be an announcement of it before the end of the year, or do you think we are going to go to?
I don't think so. I think that they're going to wait for the split. I don't understand why Warner Brothers is feeling so rushed or pressured. It's almost like in fantasy football, right? Like when someone's like trying to get you to make a trade, like make this trade. I don't want to give you time to think about it and realize what a bad trade you're making.
Right.
That's what it feels like with Paramount right now. Like, here's an offer. Here's this offer. We'll raise $1. We'll raise $1. Just make the deal now. Don't get to April. Because then come April, then everybody could come out of the woodwork. But yeah, everybody, and then with just the money, like, oh, well, Ellison's just he's so rich and he could do an all cash offer. And it's like, Ellison's not the only one with money.
Right. No, you're right. And
Netflix wants to pay in stock though, which is like, yeah, I like that. I'm not Netflix. Get serious. What are you doing?
Yeah. But I would love to be a fly on the wall in the board meetings at WBD. Like I would love to be able to sit in the board meetings and hear what's actually being told to the board members about what's happening, because they can do whatever they want in the press, right? Zaslav can posture, Paramount can posture, all of them can posture, but when they get behind closed doors in the board meetings, that's where you got to tell the truth to the board, because they're the investors, because those are the people that are going to benefit from the sale one way or another. And I just wonder, as this goes along, Jeff, is there a breaking point where the investors themselves say, you're negotiating in bad faith, you need to get the fuck out of the way, we're going to take Paramount's bid because it's the highest bid? Or are they buying into the fact that this is all just kind of ratcheting up the price because the stock prices have gone up, so you're making money off this bidding stuff, and they know, the plan is until April. Then we'll really make some real decisions.
Well, the board is loyal to Zaslav, though, and Zaslav's just going to do what's in his best interest and however he can make the most money.
Yeah.
And I've thought about asking Nick Lopiccolo if I could just like reprint some of his tweets, because they lay it out. He lays it out in a very interesting fashion, but he says like Zaslav has, engineered some reverse, stock reward or whatever the fuck it is. For himself, that would be easier to get if he were to sell to Paramount sooner rather than later, that kind of thing.
So,
okay. So, I think Zaslav wants to do what's in his best interest, but he also, wants to stick around.
Yeah.
He wants to give up his seat at the table. He's just getting comfortable. Yeah. So, which of these offers would allow him that opportunity? I don't know. I just think it's going to be a few months. I don't understand how, like, this is all happening too quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we're right in the holiday season where you don't want to make deals like this, and people are half in, half out mentally anyway. So could be interesting. It's going to be interesting how this all sorts itself out by the time it's all done. And who's going to be in charge of WB if they even sell. I don't even know if they're going to sell at the end of the day. It'll be fascinating because so many people are like Chicken Little out on their Twitter. Go see Coyote versus Acme. It's the final WB movie ever because of the impending buyout. And it's like, come on, everybody, calm down. We don't know what's going to happen.
I do think the studio will ultimately be sold, but
but you think it's next year?
I just think we still don't know. There's too many unknown factors for me to just be like, oh yeah, it's going to Paramount, just like everybody else is doing.
Right. I just want to say one last thing on this because I did a little thumbnail for it, so I want to get your thoughts. Any more on the Netflix stuff? What he was talking about here, because sources tell Deadline that it's logical that Netflix would be required to meet filmmaker contractual obligations from movies absorbed from a potential merger. That's the films that were scheduled for theatrical release. However, what happens thereafter following a Netflix purchase of Warner Brothers remains unknown because they have just said recently that they'll put those films out in the theaters. Do you think that's just posturing and bullshit, or do you think there is an element of truth to it, seeing how F1 did? They're going to release Wake Up Dead Man in theaters next week, I think. See how that does. Like, is there a feeling
that case by case basis? I think that they would make movies like The Matrix and
for theatrical release.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so there is some element of truth to what they're saying, you think?
But yeah, one battle after another, that may be something where it's like, yeah, we're not going to do $100 million marketing campaign for theaters for that. Like, you can make that and we'll give you the creative freedom to make it, just like we give David Fincher the creative freedom to make stuff. And it'll get a limited release, on a few screens in LA and New York.
Right.
But besides that, no, you would be making it for the platform. And I think that's probably what would happen to a lot of top filmmakers. They'd get the Fincher treatment.
Right. What do you think about these theater owners who are coming out and weighing in on all of this? Is this just for them establishing where their positions are with all of this and maybe trying to lean on the process?
Yeah, they just want product, right? They just want movies. The more movies, the better. Yeah, but they don't even have to be good because they just need people in the door.
Yeah,
to buy concessions. I like how just all the noise that's been about. Paramount wants to make 15 movies, and they're real committed to theatrical. Paramount was always making 15 movies for a while, and then they stopped and they went down to 7, 8, or whatever because the sale process took years.
Right.
Like that's why they scaled back. So now it's not like they're suddenly making more movies than ever before. They're just getting back to normal.
Yeah. All right. Fair point. All right, we have well over 600 of you joining us live for this conversation and this episode of the show. We appreciate it madly, but we only have 10 super chats. What is going on here, people? We're talking about all these big subjects, all these big topics. Send in your love, send in your questions, thoughts, and comments as we go along here on the show. All right, Jeff, should we wrap up that topic and move on to something else?
Yeah, I don't find it terribly exciting. Like the sale talk. It's like it's depressing to me. And it just feels like it's so covered in spin. Like it's just like dripping in half truths.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. All right, so let's move on to this story. What are your thoughts on this situation here? There are rumors going around that Tobey Maguire will be the Spider-Man in Avengers Doomsday. So the rumors are that he already shot his scenes wearing motion capture, and his suit will be different. They shot him in motion capture, so they're not going to use an actual.
A different suit. Oh my God.
But fans are absolutely going to be mad about this. But Daniel Rickman was reporting that he will be the Spider-Man in Doomsday. So it's not going to be Tom Holland, as a lot of people have been speculating and saying, but it will be Tobey Maguire. But it will not be Andrew Garfield. So it'll just be Tobey Maguire in Avengers Doomsday as the Spider-Man. So do you think this is being done to reestablish him as Spider-Man, and so they can use him in the Sony universe going forward and bring back Tobey to be a regular Spider-Man again on that side of the table? What do you think?
I have no idea, and I doubt it.
Okay, well, I'm asking you your speculation. So you doubt?
I doubt it. Yeah. Okay. Who would use him? Disney?
No. Sony would use him as their Spider-Man. They would just.
Why would Sony want Tobey Maguire? Tobey Maguire's not even like a movie star anymore.
Well, because people love him as Spider-Man, and it's a way to kind of get people back to feeling the nostalgia of it. Look, Hayden Christensen came back to play Darth Vader, and people love that. So it's a feeling of.
Do you think Sony knows what it is doing with Spider-Man after this next movie?
Do I think Tobey knows what they're doing?
No, do I think Sony knows?
Oh, Sony knows what they're doing. I think Sony has a desire to do certain things with Spider-Man, because I don't think Tom Holland is going to go over and be their Spider-Man. And I actually don't buy the Miles Morales thing that they're going to go and make Miles the main Spider-Man in their universe either. I think they.
So you think that the future of Sony's Spider-Man franchise is Tobey Maguire?
Could be. I mean, you've got.
It could be. It could be me and you too. Like,
no, I'm just saying
he could put us in a suit. I think that's ridiculous. No,
okay.
Tobey Maguire is not going to be the future of the Spider-Man franchise.
Wow. So you don't think he'll be the Spider-Man for the next like couple of movies or 3? He won't get another trilogy, is what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
I think that's insane.
So if they brought back Sam Raimi with Tobey Maguire to do new Spider-Man movies, you think that would be a bad mistake?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. What about the Sadie Sink story on the, speaking of Avengers Doomsday, the story that came out this week that she is going to appear in Avengers Doomsday as well? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, especially if Spider-Man is missing.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Holland's Peter Parker is missing in action until Secret Wars. Maybe someone comes looking for him and runs into whoever the hell she's playing. I have no idea, right? These movies are like, I don't care about them at all.
I know, but people do. Which is
I just can't wait to see how silly they are. No, but like in terms of us we're just making things up at this point. Like,
wow.
I don't know anything about them. I don't know any more than you guys.
Okay. All right. Fair point. What about the James Gunn stuff? Nexus Point News came out with that story that he is looking for a tall warrior type.
Whoa, wait. He's looking for a tall Wonder Woman? This is
not a Wonder Woman. He's a tall warrior type woman. And people are speculating it could be Wonder Woman, could be a big Barda. What are your thoughts?
A tall warrior type woman. Whoa.
But do you think it's Wonder Woman? And do you think they should launch Wonder Woman off of Superman of Tomorrow or have her do her own thing? What are your thoughts?
Yes, of course that's what they're going to do. That's there are no surprises in these universes anymore.
Sadly true.
Right? So yeah, if we're making a Wonder Woman movie, well, we can't just make a Wonder Woman movie. No one will know who she is. We need to introduce her in Superman 2.
Right.
That's just how these people think.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So yes, I imagine that they are casting Wonder Woman for that movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I don't know if it's going to be Wonder. I don't know that it makes sense to me.
No, you think it's Big Barda? Is that who you think it is? Character I've never heard of.
It's the Superman. It's the Superman saga, and so it could be. By the way, can you pour cold water on this? Zack Snyder is working with Saudi Arabia to get WB so that he can bring back the Snyderverse, that story from earlier this week. Do you think that's bullshit? I think it's bullshit. But do you think this is there any element of truth to it?
So Zack Snyder is teaming up with the Crown Prince so that he can buy Warner Brothers back and then make his DC movies again.
Right. So they can move Gunn out and make his DC movies again.
I can't even begin to describe the stupidity of that theory. I won't even dignify it with another second on this show.
Yeah, I had a feeling you felt that way about
it. Listen, Superman sequel's coming in 2027.
Yep.
What's going to come in 2028?
Secret. What do you mean for Superman?
For DC.
Oh, for DC. Yeah, Batman 2, Batman Part 2, right?
Wonder Woman.
Oh, and Wonder Woman. Okay, fair.
Wonder Woman will come out the year after Superman 2.
Okay, so maybe that is where maybe she doesn't appear as a main character. Maybe she appears like as the tag near the end or something.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I like this idea. All right, let's move on to this, Jeff. Where am I got here?
That way James Gunn can cast her himself.
That's true. What are your thoughts on this, man? How would you like to be Kristen Bell, Josh Gad, and Idina Menzel?
Josh Gad is who I'd like to be.
I mean, they just this is not a lie. They all three have signed deals worth over $60 million each, not cumulative, each to return for the 2 Frozen sequels, Frozen 3 and Frozen 4, just to do the voiceover. They're going to be paid over $60 million. This is criminal type of money to make for literally doing voiceover.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
Get rid of future DC Warrior action. Get rid of it.
What's wrong? What's going on? Okay. Okay. All right. Fair points. I'll put the user in timeout for now. All right, go ahead. Well, I mean, this is insane. $60 million to do. Come on, this is.
I agree that it's insane, but it's also what the market dictates.
Yeah,
right? If you're going to pay $20 million or whatever to Tom Hanks and Tim Allen
for Toy Story 4, yes.
Back,
yeah.
And Frozen is really obviously very important to the future of Disney animation.
Yeah.
You're doing 2 movies, 3 and 4, so you're getting $30 million per movie.
Yeah.
It's more than Hanks and Allen got, which doesn't seem right, but
yeah.
The profits that they're making on Frozen, what are they going to do? Like let one of these guys walk?
Yeah, I mean, 1.5, but I don't think it's
kids won't know the fucking difference.
I was going to say I don't want to be a terrible person and say that, and I do support voiceover actors, and actual voiceover.
I'll say it for you. The kids don't give a fuck.
They don't care. They don't care.
But and 30 million is a lot. But again, if you're doing 90 million, no, sorry, it's 180, right?
Yeah, it's 180 for 3 of them.
Million for the 3 stars for 2 more movies. I mean, it ain't cheap, but the money that you're gonna make billions of dollars on those movies. So
yeah. So yeah, because the first movie made 1.3 billion, the second movie which was arguably worse than the first movie, made 1.4 billion. I mean, that's the thing. Both of these movies aren't really that great. There are some great moments within them, but there is some weird shit that keeps it from being, in my opinion, some of the best Disney animated films ever made. But clearly, it strikes a chord with a lot of the fandom to the tune of billions of dollars each time they release one. But I mean, 60 million, that is fucking madness.
The other thing is that, and not that this is Disney's model, but maybe they bought out the back end, right? Like,
oh yeah,
and Allen, that 20 million figure includes like the back end cut of gross that those guys are probably getting.
No, that's right. It's a 60 million fee for the 2 new sequels, which includes upfront fees and back end bonus payments. In each case, is a steep increase because they did make 15 million on Frozen 2, so this is double. This is fucking double what they made on that. So
yeah, well, welcome to sequels.
Ugh.
Everybody gets paid more.
Oh, Jesus, it's amazing. So I don't want to hear Kristen Bell talk about not showering anymore. You're making $60 million. Get in the shower. Or Josh Gad, for God's sake.
Or don't.
Get a good suit, Josh, for fuck's sake, for $60 million.
Josh is the man. Josh is living the dream. Big fan of Josh Gad here.
He is living the dream for sure. I am not a big fan of Josh Gad. All right, what about this? David Fincher. David Fincher is supposedly starting the Squid Game American version that you've been reporting on, Jeff. He's supposedly shooting in February of next year already. What are your thoughts on that? Do you buy it? Do you like it? What are you feeling?
I mean, I buy it. It's a little soon, like the turnaround with Cliff Booth, and obviously he could continue editing, or his editor can continue editing Cliff Booth while he shoots Squid Game America. I don't know if it'll necessarily be exactly February. Maybe it's March or April, but
okay.
I do think that this is going to go next year,
right?
Particularly with Squid Game done on Netflix at the end of this year. They want to continue that. We got a glimpse of it in the last scene. It hinted at an American, offshoot.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what happens. Like these projects get announced, they develop for a couple of years, like I said, and at some point they're ready. And it sounds like this one is ready to shoot next year. Again, not sure if it'll be February exactly, but probably in the first half of next year. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think it's a quick turnaround, which is surprising, but directors are weird. Sometimes directors go on a run and I just want to keep working. I'm excited. I'm inspired by the stuff. So I want to get on set for the next thing immediately. And sometimes directors are like, I need a lot of time in between these projects. I need a break for a little bit. So the fact that Fincher is keeping going, I kind of like that element of it as well. So yeah, excited to see what it's going to be. All right, Jeff, we're past the first hour here. As I said, over 600 of you joining us right now. Remember to send in your Streamlabs super chats for all your questions, thoughts, and comments. We'll read them in just a little bit. Any reviews this week? Any trailers? You want to talk about the Hunger Games trailer? We got the Daisy Ridley trailer. We got the Hoppers trailer. We got a number of trailers that jumped this week. Anything you want to talk about? Anything that jumped out at you?
Gonna talk about all of them, baby. Hoppers look like a fun animated movie, I thought.
Yeah, it does.
I like the idea of the whole talking to animals thing.
Yeah.
Um.
Project Hail Mary. Did you like that new trailer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. Set to Oasis, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. I've heard the movie's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Robert Meyer Burnett will be right, and it will end up being next year's Best Picture. We'll see.
Quite possible.
But yeah, the buzz is that it could very well land a nomination. It's opening in April because it's a huge financial gamble for Amazon, and they want to release it in a window where it's going to make money, not necessarily where it's like prime for award success.
Right.
And who knows? Maybe it winds up being delayed, although I doubt it. Lord and Miller need a hit. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to work. I think people really love Ryan Gosling, and it's going to get good reviews. So, what was the other one that we mentioned?
Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping.
Look good.
Yeah.
You?
I am not a Hunger Games person, but that trailer got me excited to see the film. So it worked for me.
Yeah, I liked it.
I didn't even get all the allusions to the other characters. I didn't like that's supposed to be young Woody Harrelson. I didn't even get any of that. So for me, just looking at it cold, I was excited to see what we're going to get.
Yeah. I mean, it was good to see like Ray Fiennes and Jesse Plemons. Like they really spent some money on this cast. And I liked that it was a little bit brighter. It was like less just dour and grim as maybe past installments. There's a little bit of sun. And I got high hopes for Whitney Peak. So yeah, I'm looking for. I am a Hunger Games guy. I do like that franchise. I have high hopes for that one. What else do we get this week? We got a few other things.
Yeah, we got. Let me read them off to see which ones you saw. Did you see the Charlie XCX one? She's apparently
that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
that'll be like what her Hurry Up Tomorrow.
maybe. Yeah.
I just don't really get her.
She's got 7 films coming, so we don't know if she can act yet, but we're going to find out.
Yeah.
What don't you get? She's beautiful. She's sexy. She can sing. She's an interesting character. She is of the moment. We just had a Brat Summer. Like, what are we talking? What are you not getting here, Jeff?
I'm not getting. I mean, I'm not getting the whole package, honestly.
What? You're insane.
And I have to say, someone else mentioned this. This was an interesting theory. I forget who said it. But like all these, what generation are we on now? Gen Z?
Yeah, I think Gen Z. I think
all these Gen Z stars. Like, obviously, we need new stars, and that means we got to give these people opportunity to fail.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure that people are showing up for like Rachel Sennott, right?
Well, maybe not in the theater, but her show just got greenlit for a second season. Because
but what I'm saying is like, it's getting greenlit for like the wrong reasons.
What?
Josh Hutcherson just got cast in like an A24 movie. Like, I thought Josh Hutcherson, like he was like DOA for a while, and then he popped up in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
And now he's like part of this cool kids like group, I feel like.
Right.
The Rachel Sennott group. And now he's just like popping up like Havana Rose Liu, who was also cast in the same movie as him. All these people who I think the agencies and studios are trying to make happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just not sure that they're real draws. And Charlie CX is part of that group, is what I'm getting at.
Don't make me say this. But Jeff, this is the circle of life.
Yeah, we're old.
You're getting old. You're getting to that point where it's like, I don't get the appeal.
But her own people aren't showing up, is what like.
Well, fair. Right. Well, we don't know with Charlie XCX because she has never released a movie. And so we'll see. But with Rachel, people are showing up to watch the show. Man, the show is aggravating. The first 2 episodes, they're so annoying.
Are they showing up? I'm saying I think that her fans would rather watch her on Instagram than watch her show.
Oh, well, are the shows getting 2 million views? Is
that good?
Yeah, it's good for HBO Max, I think, or else I don't think they would have greenlit it if it wasn't good. If it wasn't good numbers,
I mean, but that's what I'm arguing, is that I think that things are greenlit and renewed these days because they want certain people on their network or their streamer, and they hope that it's going to bring young eyeballs, but it doesn't translate.
Well, how do you explain Tim Robinson's The Chair Company getting a second?
That I can't fucking explain it up.
I was going to say, there's no way he's getting more numbers than Rachel Sennett. For God's sake.
I mean, I can't explain that. He's bonkers. He is just not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
I understand that there are people on his wavelength.
Yes,
and I find myself on it occasionally.
Right.
But yeah, that show is fucking weird.
One of my friends is on his wavelength to the nth degree, and so I've had to watch Chair Company just to have conversations with him about it. For God's sake, so, yeah.
But that's part of it too. It's like this nichification.
Yes,
of the mainstream. Like that's a niche.
Great point.
And now he's the lead of an HBO show. And while I'm sure there are that niche loves it, I don't think that the general public wants to watch The Chair Company on Sunday night at 9:00.
What about Nathan Fielder stuff as well, right? Like the rehearsal stuff. I mean, I think you love that shit. But how many people?
I didn't watch season 2. I watched season 1. I didn't watch I stopped watching The Curse after a couple episodes.
Oh yeah, The Curse, right? Yeah.
These guys in general are not my cup of tea.
It's funny because you're an unusual cat, so I do find it interesting that you don't like these guys. But I mean, I think I'm a Rachel Sennett stan. I like Rachel. I like her energy. I like this kind of sassy, don't give a fuck, but also open about their sexuality. I love kind of the new female approach to this thing. It's very empowering, and so for me, watching it. As an older guy, I've seen the stages of women, the female actresses, and how they kind of have evolved into this new version that I am just enjoying, So do I like the show? The show gives me PTSD from having lived in LA and dealt with some of the people that are pretty accurately depicted on the show. So it's a tough watch for me, kind of like Barry was every time they did scenes with the acting class. It drove me insane from PTSD, but I still think it's a good show, but I agree with you about Hutcherson. What is he doing in that show? He is not who I would remotely think to cast in a show like that. So
he's now part of that in crowd. But
yes.
I like the show more than I thought it would. Than I thought it would. But I've always been a fan of HBO's best comedies are all female-driven shows. Girls, it's Sex and the City, and it's Hacks.
Hacks, 100%.
All three of these shows are I think that they're terrific, and I personally watch them.
Yeah,
and I think that's what HBO is hoping this would be, and it just feels forced. It feels like you're telling me she's the voice of a generation rather than is she actually? And it's the same thing happened with Lena Dunham in The Press, although
the girls,
I think her show actually delivered.
Okay.
On all that potential and promise. I mean, we'll see if I Love LA does.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, Girls wasn't for me. It was like Friends to the nth degree, and I'm not a big Friends guy. Don't tell Rox. All right. Anything else you want to talk about or that you saw this week?
There must have been some other trailers. No, one or two.
Let's see. We had Kristen Stewart's Chronology of Water. Her debut. Isn't that her directorial debut?
That looks like fucking artsy fartsy bullshit.
Okay. The Moana.
Drops of blood and water, and look at the blood. Contaminate the water and it gets so red, man.
She's a deep thinker, bro. What about the Moana, the teaser trailer for the live action Moana? Did you like or not like?
Was that live action? I couldn't tell. Like the same fucking thing with a new girl.
Gabagoo.
A younger girl. So always bringing in a younger girl.
What about Daisy Ridley's We Bury the Dead? Where are we at with Daisy Ridley? She's making some interesting choices as an actress. Wouldn't you say? She's doing a fucking Die Hard as a window cleaner.
To stay alive. She's trying to keep her name out there while waiting for the Ray movie. That'll never happen.
I agree with you. I'm starting to agree with you, dude. I really am.
Listen, I thought Cleaner was okay.
I mean, it was fun. I thought Cleaner was fun.
It wasn't terrible.
Saturday afternoon movie.
The indie movie that she did, I thought she was good in. The drama that was at Sundance.
Right.
We Bury the Dead is another one of these vertical Saban type releases or whatever. I should have a screener coming soon.
Cool.
I'm down to watch it. It looks like it could be fun, but yeah, That's sort of her world now, is that weird indie world where she's a big enough name to get the financing, but this is not top drawer IP.
Get her into Frozen so she can start making $30 million a movie, for God's sakes. Daisy deserves it. She's a damn good actress. Was there anything else? I don't think there was, unless you want
Night Patrol, dude. Did you see fucking Night Patrol, bro?
No, what is Night Patrol, bro? I did not see that.
Justin Long in an LAPD vampire movie?
That's not anywhere near my fucking eyes.
That's the kind of shit I love. Give me more Night Patrol starring Justin Long.
What about did you like the Jamie Foxx one on Netflix, the vampire one?
No.
Is that your cup of tea? No. Okay, fair point. Okay, Night Patrol. All right. Any other trailers?
That may be all of them.
I think that's all the trailers. Unless you want to comment on Fallout, but I don't think you do. Any movies?
Good luck, have fun, don't die. Did we talk about that?
Good luck, have fun, don't. We did last week. Yeah, we talked about.
We did. All right.
That was a good one. That's
right,
yeah. We talked about the Hunger ones already. Super Sane. So we covered that one earlier in this section.
Hunger Games.
Sisu 2 comes out tonight. Jeff, have you seen it already or not?
Does it really?
Yes. Jeff,
shit. You don't have a ticket. I'm gonna have to call up my movie buddy and see if we should go to that. I'm pumped. Can't wait to see it.
I'm surprised you don't have tickets for this already.
It's the last night, I guess, in LA before I go back to Boston. I go back on Sunday, but Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, and we'll make an announcement about next week because of course our show falls on a Thursday, so we'll have to figure things out.
True.
But the Sisu is 95% on Rotten Tomatoes with 44 reviews, including names like Amy Nicholson at the LA Times, Matt Shinkovitz over there at AV Club, Aaron Newirth over at We Live Entertainment.
Who are the 5% of people who didn't like this movie? Like, how does this movie not deliver on what it promises?
Yeah. Brandon Yu at the New York Times liked it. IndieWire liked it.
I'm gonna love it.
It's a very well-reviewed film. So I'm looking forward to it. And by the way, for those of you who didn't see the original, if you have an Apple TV or maybe even Roku, you can download the Tubi app, which shows films for free. The first film, Sisu, is on the Tubi app. It's only an hour and a half. You just have to watch commercials every few minutes during the breaks, but you can watch the movie, and it's uncut. So if you want to watch it for free and then go see the sequel, you can, because I think this guy is amazing, and I want to promote Sisu. Jeff loves it as well, so want to get people into the theater to see that sequel as well. Did you see anything else? Anything else this week that you want to talk about? I know we led with a little Marty Supreme, but did you see anything else this week? Anything on any screeners that you got?
I'm trying to think. It's like I saw so much last week. Was Running Man the last movie that I saw? I saw Running Man last Saturday because it was raining.
Let's talk about that, man. It failed at the box office. I didn't like it that much. What did you think?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was a guilty pleasure because it was watchable. It was entertaining. It had the cast kept it moving and everything. And I like Glen, but like the third act, that was pretty messy.
Yeah.
Just as far as what it was trying to ultimately say.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like fun, like an Edgar Wright movie, other than like the Michael Cera sequence, really.
Oh my God. Dude. Michael was great.
Yeah, it's like about what I expected it to be, honestly. It was a little disappointing, but
yeah. I would say that it was disappointing. I'm just trying to be nice because Glen's his boy, but I would say it's a little more than disappointing. I mean, I thought Glen was good and then not so good in certain moments, but I mean, his monologue near the end of the movie, that was a good monologue, dude. That's the closest thing I've seen to the Bruce Willis monologue in Die Hard in the bathroom that I've ever seen on screen. And I thought he nailed it. So there is a good actor. And I thought he was good on SNL over the weekend, to be honest.
Well, that's a decision that he was good on SNL. He was actually really game for SNL. And that's actually like, that's the whole story, really. Is that Glen really is a more comedic actor.
Yeah.
I think I had a little trouble buying him as this angry dude.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I agree.
The anger stuff felt a little forced.
I agree.
And him being a happy-go-lucky golden retriever guy, essentially, on SNL hours later, worked a lot better.
Yeah.
I also don't understand hosting SNL the weekend that your movie is out.
1 million. I said
basically saying, everybody watch me tonight on SNL instead of going to the movie theater.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. And you're taking the chance if your movie bums like the movie did, people might not even want to watch you on SNL. So it was such a colossal mistake by his people. I don't understand why they did that. I really don't understand.
You have to do it the week before.
Yes, a week or two before.
You have to do the week before. Like it's not. You can't do it the opening weekend. It's already too late. By Saturday night, the headlines are basically already written for Sunday morning.
Yeah. But can we say that Edgar Wright has lost his fastball? Would you say he's? I mean, we talked about it last week. Now
I thought he's lost. I mean, I don't know if he ever had a fastball to begin with, but that's just
wow.
These guys.
All right. Anything else? Did you see Rental Family? Did you see any other things this week at all?
Rental Family. That's also this weekend.
Okay. No, it's not out yet. I'm asking you if you got a screener for it.
I've not been invited to that.
Okay.
What the hell? What have I been doing all weekend?
That's what I'm asking you.
I'll tell you when the podcast is over.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we should get to the questions then, Menzel, because we're running out of time.
Let's do it.
We got 31 questions so far. Let's get through these.
31 flavors.
And some Streamlabs. Dennis Hoffman, sending support. Thank you, Dennis. Heat 2 potential cast is wild, but man, scares me. Hope to be wrong, but expectations are low. Jeff, I think that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, I agree. Fair.
Yeah, 100%. You're getting guys in their prime. Are you going to be able to recapture your prime as a director for this movie? We'll see. I mean, if he's smart, he would go EP and hire another director. Chris A., have you all seen the Tobey art leak for Doomsday? It looks like promo art that was deliberately leaked by Marvel. Oh, for sure. And we're going to see a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And we spoke about that earlier. So, yeah, no surprise.
Yeah. And don't be, I wouldn't put it past Marvel to start the misinformation game.
That's true. That's true. I mean, Christian was reporting that they've shot 30 separate versions of the trailer to mess with people. So, DSal0978 says, loving the show from Austin, Texas. Thank you, DSal. Respect. I watched an Austin, Texas news report today on that asshole cop that pushed his way through 2 South Carolina players over the weekend. I hope that bastard gets his badge taken and he gets fired off the force. Matt Maker Studio says, I'm starting Welcome to Derry after your show. Just ordered Crave/HBO. What's one of your favorite new shows on HBO? Well, Jeff's favorite new show is I Love LA on HBO. For sure.
Wait, I do want to answer that. What is a good new HBO show?
Okay.
Well, I did watch Sarah Squirm's new HBO special, which is nuts.
Okay.
That comes out in December, I think. Everything you would imagine Sarah Sherman's specials to be.
Oh, is that okay? I gotta watch it because I love her, man. She's great.
Wait, what did I watch on it? I mean,
we have.
I gotta watch The Pit.
Oh, The Pit's coming up in January.
Yeah.
Right. Have you started the season 2? Because I know they've sent the screeners.
No, they haven't. Have they?
I thought they had. I looked it up. I thought I saw it the other day on my WB app.
Get the fuck out of here.
Maybe. All right. So the new ones are It, Welcome to Derry, I Love LA, Alex versus A-Rod. You gonna watch that? The chair.
No. I don't give a fuck about A-Rod.
And Task got renewed for a second season, bro. Mark Ruffalo coming back.
Yeah, I could see why that's getting a second season before something like Mayor of Easttown. Because Task, I think, you can have another task force. You can have another case.
Right.
It lends itself to an anthology a little bit better. So yeah, I guess that's going to have to run in drama series now for Emmys instead of limited series.
Yeah. Agreed.
I don't know if I love that.
What?
Yeah, just like these shows that are designed as limited series and then they're successful, and so we're going to continue them. But I guess that's just the world we live in now.
Welcome to Hollywood, yeah. Master Sister McCall says, want to get some movie displays, metal posters for Black Friday. Should I get 2 24x19 or 6 17x12 posters? Do I go big or do I get more? Can't decide.
It depends on your space, Matt Sinister McCall. As you can tell from behind me, I have a lot of posters and not a lot of free inches of wall space. So I think it just depends on the space, but I kind of like showing off more of my my loves. So I'd go with the 6 17x12s.
There you go. There you go. Got your answer.
It's easier to find room for them.
Yeah. I'm a 24x36 guy, as you can tell, so I don't mess around with the small.
Yeah, Rocha goes extra large.
As always. Cartoon 49 says, have you seen Knives Out 3 yet? If so, thoughts. I have not seen Wake Up Dead Man.
You haven't?
No,
are you a member of the Critics' Choice?
Last night it was either Marty Supreme or Wake Up Dead Man. So I went to see Marty Supreme instead.
You probably made the right call there. I've heard very mixed things. I've heard people. You think I have access to the fucking app? No.
Well, you asked me Critics' Choice. I didn't know.
Well, because they had the big premiere, and it seems like everyone in Critics' Choice gets invited. Or
I don't drive up. I don't drive up for that shit.
They flew out my buddy Ed Douglas to ask, basically to do a 5-minute interview with Rian Johnson. It's cool. Amazing to me that Netflix and other places, I'm sure, fly journalists across the country so they can sit at a press conference where their questions don't get asked. And they get 5 minutes if they're lucky, if the interview even happens with the director. And I'm just surprised that journalists allow themselves to still kind of be used like that.
Yeah, I don't do any. I would never do any of that.
Pretty big disruption for a 5-minute interview with Rian Johnson. Like, how hard up are you for
that you're not even sure you're going to get? So yeah.
But these things and these events and these press conferences, it's just so funny. Like the stuff that I hear behind the scenes and politics of everything, and it's just no, thank you.
Like, I'm surprised that Disney flew so many people for the Wicked premiere. Wait, was that Disney? No, Warner Brothers. Universal Pictures. They flew so many people out for the New York premiere. I was really surprised by that. Really.
It's because they get all this money for marketing and PR efforts, and if they don't spend it, they're not going to get it next year.
Good point.
But it's like these people, when you're taking that kind of trip, you're inherently compromised.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, and that's how I felt, and how my editors always felt. Josh Dickey being, I would go if we were going to go on a set visit.
Right.
We'd have to pay for it ourselves.
Oh,
not
right.
Not like me, the reporter, but like our outlet, Mashable paid for me to go to the set of Spider-Man: Homecoming, because if you go on their dime, then you're playing by their rules, essentially.
Yeah. Good point. Googly says, what is a non-obvious thing a movie can do to be successful these days? I think some behind-the-scene videos on YouTube would drum up interest.
No.
Jesus, I don't know how to answer that. I've never tried to sell a movie, so I don't know how I would answer that.
I think it's tough to say this.
Yeah.
With theaters, but
yeah.
I think the secret drop would be a fascinating way to go.
Oh, yeah, like a drop in like a Beyonce album or a Taylor Swift album.
A non-obvious thing a movie could do to be successful.
Yeah.
Wouldn't fucking tell anybody about it. And then just one day, boom, there it is. Yeah. I think that would work. I don't know how many times it could work.
Right.
I think it obviously depends on the movie and the star. And I think it's easier to say it like with Cloverfield on Netflix. It's easier when it's streaming. Because nobody has to leave their home. They can just, holy shit, I can watch this right now on a stream. I didn't even know about this movie an hour ago. I want to see what everybody's talking about. So it might be tough to replicate the success of that experiment, but I think it'd be an experiment worth trying.
Yeah, it's a good suggestion, brother. Ralph 2929 says, if Departed was made today, who would you cast? I do Timmy C as Leo's character, Tom Holland or Butler as Damon, Tom Hardy as Jack. Don't know who for Mark and Baldwin. So Chalamet for Leo's character? Oh yeah, I could see that.
I like both of those calls. I like Tom Holland as Matt Damon more than Austin Butler.
Yeah. Tom Hardy's Jack Nicholson? He's not that age yet, I don't think.
I could definitely see Tom Holland as Matt Damon and like the little Irish runt who gets corrupted. Who would be Wahlberg?
I think Tom Hardy is much more the Wahlberg character than he is Jack Nicholson's character. I mean, because he's the guy that gets the last laugh at the end of the movie.
Hardy almost as Baldwin.
You must be the other guy, Baldwin.
Ruffalo. Ruffalo would be more of like a live wire, just like maybe like Bernthal.
Yeah.
I mean, none of these ages make sense.
I know. Well, you get Kevin Spacey. He's homeless. He needs a job apparently.
I was going to open the show with a Kevin Spacey joke, and then I opted not to. But while we're making them, I mean,
homeless my ass.
I'm homeless. I'm living out of hotels. I'm living out of the Four Seasons.
He's such a cunt. Oh my God. Alex, have you heard anything on the Batman 2? I would assume there's got to be any rumors by now. I not heard a damn thing.
I already shared what I heard last week, and then I read about it all across the internet as if Oscar Isaac was done deal. Yeah. Cast in the movie. This is what makes it so frustrating when I try to share with you guys just the thinnest of wisps.
Yeah,
and put it in context, and the internet just runs wild with anything.
They do. I know because they need content.
You get nothing. You get nothing this week.
Yeah. Wes Nelson says Landman season 2 premiere was a disappointment. The two women in the show are still nauseating. They don't do anything as far as the plot goes. I love the women on the show. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I love every woman on that show. I like that Demi is getting like a front and center role in the second season. I still haven't watched it, so I'm going to catch up and watch the first 2 episodes. They sent us those on the app, so I want to watch it because I love Landman. But yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Jeff, what do you think?
I don't watch the show.
Okay, fair point. Gleek the Monkey Gleek says Netflix is also making a big push into gaming. I imagine Warner's many gaming studios they own would make Netflix want to seriously compete. I guess so. I guess if they want to open the door to that, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of good gaming people out there. I don't think you need to buy Warner Brothers if you want to enter that business.
Yeah. James D. Michelle 7620 says, "Hey Jeff and John, so is the Snyderverse coming back like what Cosmic News is suggesting, or is he just gaslighting?" I mean, I pretty much take everything he talks about with a even smaller than a grain of salt. So, yeah, no, I don't think it's ever coming back. It's done.
I don't know who Cosmic Book News is or what they're suggesting, but the Snyderverse died a long time ago.
Yeah. I wish I could convince all the Snyder bros to be like, don't read his stuff because he's just fucking with your feelings because he needs content and clicks and likes and engagement.
It's a grift.
It's a grift. Of course it's a grift. And because Snyder's not even on a roll. Why would you bring him back? Those Rebel movies were not good. So he's not like he's making great films. Jared J 8846. I heard Sony wants to do a Labubu movie. Here's my pitch. Should be a cross between Battle Royale and Jingle All the Way. Trying to find the one of one limited edition Labubu. I have no fucking clue what a Labubu is, Jeff, and I have no idea what this movie would be.
I don't know what a Labubu is, folks. It's not a terrible pitch. I like Jingle All the Way. It's an underrated family film.
Yeah,
I could see
perfect timing,
providing a good foundation for a Labubu movie. I thought at first you were going to be like one battle after another, except the battles are Labubus.
You're trying to find a Labubu. I know nothing about the Labubu, but I would make the greatest Labubu movie. A Trump boo-boo.
That was good.
John Lawless, just saying hello to one of my favorite channels. Thank you. Just upgraded a monthly on the Insnider. There you go.
Thank you, John. Look at that. That's a guy who leads by example, folks.
Exactly.
Step up for the holiday season.
That's right. I'm Too Fly says, Jeff, is that Jeremy Renner's story real at all? Yikes.
It's just the one where he's screaming at his
actress. Yeah, the actress.
I mean, seemed kind of real. But then again,
I don't know.
I mean,
he's so adamantly denying it, Jeff. I just feel like if you deny this adamantly, I have to slightly believe you. And when she issues the receipts, then I'll go, you know what? I believe her. Fuck you. So
I don't know here because I just have problems believing the whole foundation of their relationship without elaborating. But
yeah, fair point.
I don't know.
Jeremy's a weird guy. Jeremy's a strange cat.
It's just immediately going, I'll get your ass deported. Ooh.
Ralph from 2929. Jeff, any updates on Leo, J-Law, and the Scorsese film?
I don't have any update, but I did hear from someone who read the book, because I have the book on my bookshelf. I've been meaning to dive into it. I just have no time to fucking read anymore. And friend didn't like the book. Friend was like, this is going to be like the next Dime I Love.
Eich.
So didn't really make me excited to read the book. That's the only update I have for you, is that one person I know read a book and didn't like it.
Okay. See,
Dalton, the whole movie.
Dalton Burden 4077 Burdett, sorry, Dalton Burdett 4077 says, "Hi, John and Jeff. In all your years working in the entertainment business, what's a favorite memory of a crazy movie news story dropping? My mind goes to Sony Marvel deal and Lord Miller fired from Solo." Well, you took mine, because Lord Miller being fired from Solo, that was just insane. I mean, people forget there was a period where Kathleen Kennedy was like, "I've hired him. Nah, fuck him. I fired him. I hired him. No, fuck him. I fired him. I hired him. I'm bringing someone in and take over. I hired them. Fuck him. I'm bringing Ron Howard in." So, like, she used to have the axe all the time with some of these directors. So, I remember that's being crazy time for Kathleen.
I have so many. Sony Marvel, I was at a movie, and I remember getting pulled out of the theater and dealing with it in the lobby.
Wow.
A big one that stands out to me is I had Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, and I was always showing up to the rap late, because when you're the talent, you can do what you want. So I would show up to the rap whenever the fuck I wanted. And I remember one time I came in and my laptop was dead.
Oh, shit.
And I was screaming, "Cumberbatch is Doctor Strange. I need somebody's laptop. Like, somebody get me laptop so I can file this, like, right now." And like, I think the rap staff was in a meeting, and Sharon's like, "We are in a meeting right now." And I'm like, "I don't fucking, like, who cares? Like, you want traffic? I have traffic. I need a fucking way to get the fucking story on the fucking internet." And by the time we were like done arguing, deadline had sued me by like 2 or 3 minutes.
Rough.
That was a tough one to lose. I have just so many stories for a bunch of things like that.
Yeah. Thank you, though, Dalton. Appreciate it. Bitch Boy says, "Do you think Wicked 2 will crack $1 billion at the box office?" I gotta say, I think the negative critic reviews will affect the film. I don't think it will cross $1 billion. I think it's going to open big because people are going to want to see it, but I think you're going to see more negative word of mouth as more people see it. You know, so like, people paid $30 to see it early through those Amazon Prime or Prime Video early screenings. So you want to see it going in, wanting to see it. I think there's going to be people who are casuals who are going to see it, and like that's going to affect the numbers of people who come back to see it. So I don't think. What do you think? It'll cross $1 billion?
What did the last one make? Like 700 or 800?
740, I think.
Yeah, no, I don't think it would crack $1 billion. I think there's also just too much competition, right? Like Zootopia.
Yeah, next week.
Right? Like, instead of going to see Wicked again,
right?
I think people will end up going to see Zootopia 2 as well. And then you have Avatar in a few weeks. So yeah, I don't think it gets to $1 billion.
I saw Zootopia 2 today. What can I say? I can say it's not as good as the first film, but it's still a good film.
Yeah, that's it.
In the last 30 minutes got me in my, or last 20 minutes got me in my feelings. So I liked it. It was an enjoyable film.
That's what G-Baby said. It was good, but not as good as the first.
Yeah, as good as the first. The first is just such a unique, magical experience, man. Fantastic 314 says, "My kids hated Dan Castellaneta as Genie in Aladdin's 2. Kids don't care till it sounds different." Well, I mean, that's going way different, you know?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you're comparing to Robin Williams, and like,
it's different.
Yeah, not everybody is Robin Williams. I too would be like, I'd notice if Woody and Buzz were voiced by different people.
Right.
But
as we saw
me,
yeah,
to me, a lot of these roles, it's like you could have anybody. I don't think the kids would give a shit.
Yeah. Eric Kirby 5310, "Mr. Jeff, Parker Finn, the guy who directed the 2 Smile films, do you know anything about his next film?"
I don't. In fact, I thought he might have a chance at the whole Star Trek gig, because obviously he's someone
Paramount likes.
Right, exactly. Paramount likes, and you'd think that they would want to keep him in the fold and give him something big. I'm not sure what's going to be next. I know he's doing that Possession remake with Pattinson, but I don't know if that's next for him. That still feels. I haven't heard anything about that project in a while. But he's, certainly talented. And I think more talented than a lot of other people who others claim are talented. So
right. Fair point. I'm Too Fly Cam. Thank you, Jeff. Must be a bit slow to buy the Sneider story.
Yeah.
Eric Kirby 5310, Mr. Rocha, comic book guy. Have you read or heard anything about the Spider-Man versus Predator comic that came out this past summer? No, I have not, brother man. I'm not as dialed into the comic books as I would like to be. I am into the run right now, the absolute run of DC, but I've not swung over to that. But I will explore that one a little bit more by the time we meet again. I promise.
Jay Scotty for real. G Baby is Jermaine Lucier.
Yeah.
I call him G Baby. I don't know if he actually likes it, but I'm gonna call him anyway. Sorry, Jermaine.
Lucier
will always be G Baby to me.
Jared J8846. Do you know when the trailer for the Liam Neeson movie for kids Walk Into a Bank will drop based on the graphic novel? I have no idea. I didn't even know there was a film coming.
Yeah, actually, I don't know when the trailer is going to drop, but I imagine it'll drop in the next 2 to 3 months.
Okay. Bitch Boy says, what movie could challenge one battle after another for Best Picture? I think right now only Sinners or Marty Supreme are in the conversation of the things I've seen. What about you, Jeff?
I'll say Sinners, and then the one man we don't bet against in this household, Mr. James Cameron.
Fair enough.
Fair
enough. 3 hours and 15 minutes, though, Jeff.
Yeah, and that's it. I don't like Marty Supreme's not going to win. Sentimental Value's not going to win. I don't. That it's not a good year for awards movies. So there's not a lot of competition.
Yeah. Wayne, what's up, Wayne? Wayne E42. Happy Thursday, gents. So I did my in-theater double feature last weekend. First was Frankenstein. That was a beautiful film. I think that should be nominated for Best Picture. Moving and operatic. And next was Begonia. That movie was wild. It kept me guessing until the end. That's on the list. I haven't seen Begonia yet. I'll hopefully knock it out this weekend. Jeff, do you like his views on both of these films?
Frankenstein was okay.
How dare you?
I agree that it did have some beautiful moments and it looked lovely. But at 2.5 hours, sluggishly paced. I think there's a really good 2-hour movie in there that you could carve out of Frankenstein. Begonia I liked, and I'm not a big Yorgos Lanthimos guy, and I did like the end. It just, again, it didn't feel like an awards movie to me.
Gotcha. Max Loth, Charlie XCX, Anya Taylor-Joy film Sacrifice still has no distribution. A lamb to the slaughter, if you will. Can it land on streaming or just die theatrically?
I'd be shocked if that movie got a theatrical release. This feels like the kind of thing that gets the Eden deal. This gets the vertical release with the dump on, maybe a tiny theatrical release, essentially.
Right.
In a handful of theaters, but it's really a VOD play.
Yeah.
I called this the day that that movie was first announced. It sounded absolutely ridiculous. Sacrifice. A terrible plot, premise, logline, whatever the fuck it was. Wasn't excited about Chris Evans being part of. No, This is like such a pass in my book.
All right. There you go. I'm Jim Flackham. Love Shannon, but he's nuts. The kids in it are great. Yeah, I agree. Shannon and McClung on the
chapter 1. It.
No, he's talking about the kids in the. He doesn't like the kids in the series except for Will. He likes. Will.
Wait, no, you're talking about the Derry series.
Yeah, the Derry series.
Okay, all right.
He's not a fan of the kids, and he's wrong. So
yeah, they're not great.
LA Fact 4, any chance we get Perry on the hot mic? Perry's busy. She does a number
of.
I
was gonna say, when would Perry fucking fit this into her schedule?
We never have guests. I mean, Drew Taylor had to reach out to us to come on the show that one time. So yeah,
we can barely find the time to tape FYC. So yeah.
Eric Kirby 5310 says, also, why is Osgood Perkins getting all this love in the horror movie genre and Parker Finn isn't? The two Smile movies made decent money and they aren't bad movies.
That's who I was alluding to before, Eric. Like Osgood Perkins is now a name in horror.
Yeah.
In a way that I don't think Parker Finn really is, but Parker Finn's movies blow his fucking movies away. So
yeah. Fair point.
I have no idea.
Max Law says, Jeff, I'm real excited for Jeremy Solney's A24 film October, a crime thriller set on Halloween with Corey Smith. Jason Wonders, James E. Badgedale, hyped.
Ditto. Pumped for October. I still need to read that script. I do have it. James Badgedale, having a moment. Love his work. I've really been meaning to see King Ivory. I think it was Joe Blow. I don't know if it was IndieWire or Joe Blow, but one of them said that King Ivory is like the closest thing to Shot Collar in recent memory.
Okay.
Shot Collar fucking rules.
Right.
So I've been trying to get to King Ivory, but it may be out of theaters by the time I can actually see it. What else was you triggered me into thinking about something? I know what it was.
Okay. October is still filming though, right? It's not out yet.
Yeah, no, it is still filming. But right, the October was described to me as a movie in the vein sort of The Fugitive.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And this is what I want to say. I don't understand what the fuck is taking Warner Brothers so long, because The Fugitive is 100% home run guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
Reboot The Fugitive. Reboot it with a guy. Reboot it with a girl.
Yeah.
Reboot it however the fuck you want. The Fugitive is a title that will work.
Yeah.
From 20-year-olds to 60-year-olds.
I'd say I agree with that. I agree with that completely. Jay Barrett Mash. Hey, guys, great show today. Thank you, Jay Barrett. I'm curious, does your mixed reaction to Wicked for Good retroactively hurt your opinion of the first movie? Not at all. Not for me. I mean, Jeff hasn't seen it, so I don't know if he can say anything on this, but like, no, it hasn't. It doesn't. That film was so good. So it sucks that it ended this not as strongly as I was hoping it would end, but that first film is still a damn good film. You know, I gotta say, I don't. What do you think about this, Jeff? I mean, like, well, maybe we talk about another show when you see it, where she should be nominated at, because I think Ariana is the lead of the movie, and I think it's crazy that people are trying to say she's the best supporting actress. The whole film is about her. The whole film is about her.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I think it's just people are just reverting back to the dynamic from the first film.
Yeah.
Cynthia Erivo was kind of clearly positioned as the lead.
Someone tried to say Wicked is the name of the movie. That's the name of the person. She's not called Sheila Wicked or Wicked Jones. You know, what the fuck are you talking about? And the Wicked term is supposed to refer to everybody in the movie who is doing wicked things, who think they're good. Like, fucking get a clue, man.
Wicked Jones, that's the daughter of Basketball Jones.
Wicked Jones. Is The Mummy a studio sacrificial lamb, a reboot from a different studio than the action films with Brendan Fraser? Right. The Mummy, the one that James Wan is doing, right? It's not a sacrificial lamb.
I think it's just talking about the New Line movie that got retitled. It's not The Mummy anymore.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Is it a sacrificial? I mean, it's a movie. I don't know why it was made in the first place. It's like Jack Rayner's the lead.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, look, read the room here, guys. People aren't showing up to Jennifer Lawrence movies.
Yeah. Oof. Wayne, back again. As a longtime movie lover, I have to say there is too much content out there. Movies, TV shows, etc. I've missed so many movies that have come and went recently. Luckily, I live in a movie town. What if I didn't? Well, that's what streaming is for. If you're not caught up in trying to have the water cooler moment with all the big movies, which is you got to see at the opening weekend, right? So streaming services are important for that.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. If you didn't live in a movie town,
yeah,
you'd be like most people in this country.
Yeah,
just stay at home watching streaming now.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, how am I supposed to where's Derek this week?
Derek, I don't know. How am
I supposed to eat? I'm going to starve this week without Derek.
Saratoga says,
rationing my pretzels.
Hi, guys. What do you think about the photos in the article about Nolan, the Odyssey in the Empire magazine?
Not enough photos. I need 240,000 photos all in a row. I can just...
Yeah. I like the photos. They're great. I especially like Wazamo makeup, but they don't do anything for me until I see the movie.
They look like photos from a movie, guys.
Max Law says, Megan spinoff Soulmate delayed. When is it coming out? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know when it's
probably never because
it looked good. I liked the trailer that I saw at CinemaCon.
Okay.
It looked like everything I wanted from Megan 2, basically. It looked fun.
Robert Sanchez, is Brian Duffield, No One Will Save You, one of the names in the circle to replace Wes Ball for the next Planet of the Apes movie? Brian Duffield, sorry.
Not a crazy call. I mean, he's
Yeah.
got that whale fall movie right now with Josh Brolin. It's a movie set inside a whale's stomach. If he I'd want to see that before, because that's a pretty big leap.
Yes.
I'd have to see that movie before I'd say Duffield, and I imagine that someone will be hired before then, but I think it's the same studio, so maybe they're seeing, early look at the dailies and they're blown away. I'd put him on that list though, Robert. Good call.
Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't a spontaneous guy. Everybody's like spontaneous. It was all right.
He wrote Jane Got a Gun, which I liked as a Western. I liked Underwater, which he wrote as well.
Yeah, I like Brian. I like him personally. But
No One Will Save You is a good one, too. I like that with Kat Deaver.
Yeah, Apes is a big leap.
Max Sloth, Adrian Jonah, A24 action film Onslaught. Which film festival should it premiere at?
It's easy.
TIFF? What do you say?
No.
Where? I don't know. Where?
The cool one.
Sundance?
I don't know.
Outlook? I don't know.
By Southwest.
Oh, South by Southwest. Oh, yeah. Good call. Shesha, thoughts on Stargate series coming to Amazon? I never watched it, so I have no thoughts on it. Jeff?
Could give two shits.
There you go. Sorry.
Not a Stargate guy. I've been on this story for months.
Yeah.
And so I had Joby Harold writing it. Okay. Turns out Joby Harold's just executive producing it.
Right.
So again, semantics. But yeah, I think I got something for holding it, so I don't care.
Ooh. The Budweiser 3, who's worse at pumping up film projects? Vin Diesel with Fast 11 or The Rock with his Scorsese pick?
Vin Diesel, but that movie might actually happen now that he beat the rap from his assistant.
Yeah.
He didn't beat it. It came down to like a technicality about like location.
Yeah.
So I think she's going to refile it somewhere else. But in that brief moment, it was a good thing for Fast and Furious. I think it, gave Universal some hope.
Yeah. Bitch Boy says, does JS know anything of the back rooms? Kay Parsons?
I don't know how it turned out. I mean, you got a 19-year-old director, but A24 believes in his vision. He's got Ejiofor, who's I think is a good actor. Mm-hmm. We'll see. I bet you that would be ready probably next fall.
Okay. Alex says, have you heard any more on the Otani Interpreter series? It sounds extremely intriguing. I have not.
Never get made.
Yeah. Oh, you think it'll never get made now?
Okay. It'll never get made because it doesn't make
him look good.
The powers that be look good. Yeah. Exactly. It's bad, and it's It's like Stars. It's not even like it's like why subject ourselves to this headache?
Jay Barrett Mash, I second Begonia. Plemons is Oscar worthy. Plemons is Oscar worthy?
No. Okay. You can make a case for him being Oscar nomination worthy, but that's like this term Oscar worthy is so nebulous. You think he actually deserves a fucking Academy Award for what he did in that movie? No.
Montero 863. Hey guys, if you had to bet all the money you have, do you think Warner Brothers gets sold at the end of the? Do you think it gets Warner Brothers sold at the end? Who do you think gets Warner Brothers at the end of the day? I still think Paramount.
I'll go Comcast.
Ooh, I hope so. Rocha, the Absolute Comics. Which ones do you like, and which one should I start first? Definitely start the Batman one first. Then go to Superman, and then move into Wonder Woman and Martian Manhunter. Those are the ones that I'm really enjoying. So that's my suggestion to you. Thank you, Eric, for that question. Let's move on to these Stramlabs before we get on out of here, Jeff. Hey, Spillers from Fredtastic34. Oh, no, that's not a different one. Sorry. Michael, hey, Jeff, any new rumblings or news on the next Jurassic World sequel? I would think Universal will want to claim a release date soon so they can make sure they get premium screens like IMAX solidified.
Nope, haven't heard anything since I reported that Gareth Evans was coming back. A report that has been neither confirmed nor denied.
Make of that what you will. Fredtastic 314 says, hey, Hot Mike, all ready for this news heavy show? Also, I'm curious for your box office predictions for Wicked 2. Well, they're saying 150 to 180. That sounds about right because I think there's a curiosity factor to see if it's as good as the first one. But I think it's going to drop off as the weeks go on, like starkly, because as Jeff said, the competition, but also it's not as good as the first one. I don't think people are going to be called to go back and watch it over and over again. Jeff, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that the estimates are probably accurate. 150, 175.
I think if it tops 700, I'll be surprised. That's my thoughts. Jojo says, wondering if you guys can look into this for me. Chloe Zhao has shot the pilot episode for the reboot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but I haven't seen any word on if Hulu has picked it up for a full season or when they would shoot the rest of season 1. Oh, I can't imagine they haven't picked it up at some point. Jeff?
I don't think that they have picked it up yet.
Wow.
But I think that they will. I don't think that they're going to, just with all, it gets ink, right? How do you pull the plug on something that's probably getting more publicity than any other show that you have? So, and no one's even seen it yet.
Yeah. Selma says, thoughts on that NYT article about movies with many stars not doing well this fall, even though you talked a good bit about it last week. Also, what needs to be done to get people out of their house and go watch movies in the theater? Those days are over, bro. They're over. Those days are over.
To me, it's the material, though. You can't be like, oh, Jennifer Lawrence isn't a movie star anymore because no one wants to see her in a depressing marital drama, or Dwayne Johnson's not a movie star anymore because no one wants to see his, fucking MMA movie. If you put these stars in a position to succeed, I think you'll get a different outcome. It just seemed like everybody at once decided to do something like, I'm going to be someone who's not who I am. And I've got something to prove, and I want to challenge myself. And it seems like all these people did this at the same time, and it didn't go well. Even Glen Powell.
Yeah.
This guy was offered Jurassic World.
Yeah.
That's it. You could easily say it's going to be a huge hit. Why wouldn't I say yes? Well, you say no if you're trying to challenge yourself.
Right.
Right. And you're like, all right, I'm going to take Running Man. And that didn't pay off.
No.
But you need to take risks to become a star. You can't just do the safe thing. So I think it's just a matter of timing and a coincidence that all these people chose projects that are not suited to their best talents.
Yeah. Orange Chicken says, I really don't understand, Jeff, how can he watch a movie like The Batman and not appreciate how great it is? I know he has good taste when it comes to upcoming action thrillers. That should be at the top of the list. Is he not hyped for a trilogy?
Me?
Yeah.
I like The Batman. I just didn't love it.
Yeah.
I didn't love the third act with the Riddler and the flooding. But I like the Batman.
There you go. Boom.
It's the Dark Knight. Dark Knight's way better.
Yeah, I can't touch that. Samo, are the Before trilogy from Richard Linklater worth watching? Planning on buying the Criterion collection of the movies this Black Friday since they have a sale. I would say so, Jeff.
You guys ready for this?
Okay, go ahead.
Confession time. Never seen one.
Oh man, that's interesting. That is interesting. Okay. John Roca fish fillet. Oh, I used to love the fish fillet from McDonald's. Hey, John and Jeff, I love you. Thank you. You're both kind of dope as fuck. Jeff, any Matrix Drew Goddard news?
Nope.
Wow, nothing, huh? He says, I'm baked, Jeff, and I'm eating chips and staring at Jeff's beauty, bro. Respect. Who wouldn't?
Thank you. Now you're making me hungry. I'm Chip Daddy over here.
Jeff loves Bean Burrito. Says, do you guys think that R. Pats and Denzel are secretly shooting Tenet 2 under the production name Here Comes the Flood? I bet they are sharing stories about John David Washington. I hear R. Pats and John David are good friends, probably texting each other on set. But this dude is high. This dude is full on high right now.
Yeah. No.
I don't know what any of that means.
There's no Tenet anythings.
All right, that's all the questions. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it madly. We're going to wrap it up there. Jeff, let people know where they can subscribe to your newsletter and follow what you're doing.
TheInsnyder.com for the newsletter. Let's get those numbers up. Let's make a little holiday push here for all the entertainment that I've provided to you all year here on John's channel. Tomorrow morning, we've got a brand new episode of FYC on Perry's channel. I think we're doing Best Supporting Actress this time. And I will just plug one more time the script services notes. I've been doing a lot more of it.
There you go.
I've been working with one young man every week to hammer out his screenplay, and I've also been giving notes to people who send in scripts. So if you're interested in that service, email me, DM me. We'll figure out a price that works for everybody. But I think I've been helpful. I think I'm doing my job. So
there you go. There you go. All right. As for me, you can follow me at The Rocha Says on all the social media. Please subscribe to the channel down below. We got to 41,100. Want to get to 50,000. Subscribe down below and share it all over your social media. And leave your comments on all the things we talked about. Keep them civil. And, of course, we have the podcast. We'd love to get thousands of people to subscribe to the podcast. Wherever you download podcasts, just look up The Hot Mic and subscribe there. All right. Take care of yourselves. Be well. We'll let you know what we're going to do next week in terms of shows because of the holiday. And until then, take care of yourselves. Be well. See a movie. And we'll talk to you next time with a brand new episode of The Hot Mic. Peace.